Well, welcome back everybody. In this video I'm going to show you a short extract, a tutorial for compositing two images. This video is my third, I think it is, in the making of series, and it's called The Last Sacrifice of Dionysus. This is our finished image on screen, and in the video you're about to see, you'll see the final edit, choosing the images I wanted from our studio shoot. We'll be choosing the one image for the position of the model and the spear and the shield and the torso, and then deciding that the cape in that image isn't quite right, it isn't quite flowing the way we wanted to, so we're going to choose another image where the cape is perfectly flowing, and we're going to composite the two images into one to make our final Dionysus model shot ready to be put into our background. Decided to go with this one. Basically, I like the fact that we can see a bit more of his face in this. It gives a bit more personality to him. I prefer the angle of the spear in this one, and there's also something about the arm and the way the torso is pointed in this one that I just prefer. The only thing I don't like about this one so much is we've got a bit of a bulge in the cape here. Now, if you remember, seeing in the video of the studio shoot, I placed a stool underneath the cape just to try and lift it a bit, and I think maybe it's got a little bit tangled there. I mean, the cape on this one just looks a lot nicer, so what we're going to probably do is maybe just use part of the cape off this one, or we could even retouch this one, but I think it'd be easier just to take this part of the cape off this image and put it onto here, just to give us a nicer flow. But this is definitely the one we're going to use. Right, now we're going to move on to the retouch. I'm going to concentrate on just masking this cape first because it's the easiest image to do. So we'll just open that. So all we need from this is literally just the cape area. I'm going to take a little bit more than I need up over the shoulder here. So first thing we'll do is just duplicate the background and go to select color range. Okay, so there's lots of different selection tools we can use in Photoshop, and every image is different. So for this one, for the selecting the cape area, the color range tool is going to be ideal. So first thing we do is we click on the image with the little cursor here and click on the cape, like so, and just run it around a little bit. And then we can click on the plus dropper, and we need to make sure we get all these highlights along here as well. And that looks good already with just a couple of clicks. And again, there's a couple of little shadows here, and there we go. That's all the cape selected. Now we can just alter the fuzziness slider a little bit. About there, looks good. So the selection's now loaded. It's not far from perfect, but it's got most of the cape that we need. So now we can just go in and we can use one of the tools, such as our quick selection tool. And let's just zoom in a bit, and we'll try and get the rest of these bits that we need. I'm just dragging over them like so. So like these tools get you so far, but you still need to do a little bit of work, either manually or with these other tools that are available. So there's lots of options in Photoshop now for masking, so you can always find something that will do the job. Okay, so we've now cleaned that up and we've got enough of what we need. So I'm going to add a layer mask down the bottom here, and that gives us the mask we need for the cape there. So always when you're doing this sort of thing, and when you're sourcing new material to paste into a new layer or into a new image, always mask more than you need. In fact, we probably only need up to about here, but by taking more in, it gives us more options again. So if we're going to softly mask it back, we've got enough room to play with. So always bear that in mind. So we just need to transfer this now to our new to our other image, to our main image of Dionysus. Right, I have our main Dionysus image open here, so I'm going to grab the move tool and then just grab our mask layer and then just drag it onto our main image, and there it is. And then we can also just have a move that around and get it where we want in a second, and then just mask the rest of this extra cape we don't need out. Right, so what I want to do with this cape is I really just want to add some more. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Just want to add a little bit more to the bottom here, so let's just drop the opacity down on this new layer, we want to try and line it up if we can to save us doing having to do too much work. So let's just move the move tool again. We're just going to nudge it across. So I reckon from here down is all I need on the outer edge, and that would just take away this funny kink in the cloth, and also we can get rid of this big shadow here. You just get a nice sweep coming down. So really, I'm just looking to mask that back. So let's just right, first we'll lock these down so they don't move, because that's where the position I need it in. Let's just drop the opacity down again so we can see what we're doing. So I need to get rid of this here, but I want to retain this edge down the bottom here, and obviously some of this foreground as well. So we need to get a selection tool. I think it's best thing. Make sure the mask is selected, and we'll just go around this like so, down to there, and we'll just bring it up there for a second. So let's just fill that with black a minute, like so. Command D to deselect, and let's just bring the opacity back up again a little bit. Right, so I need to remove this bit here. So get a brush tool, foreground set to black still. Make sure our brush is the correct size, and just alter the hardness so it's we don't want it too harsh, and then we can just gently brush back this extra mask we don't need. And you can start to see now why I say about bringing more of the cape in than we needed, so we've got room just to mask it back. And remember, I'm using a pressure sensitive tablet and pen, so I can just adjust the opacity as well just to blend it. But obviously we didn't have enough to play with. We'd have a lot less options for blending this back, so that's why you always bring a bit more in than is required. So I'll just carry on just blending this. We've obviously got to watch these highlights here as well, make sure they all line up, and we'll carry on with that, and I'll come back in a second. Right, well, I finished blending that in, and what a good job I've made of that. I'm pretty pleased with that. Now, part of the reason it's worked so well is again brought enough cape in to this shot to allow me to have plenty of options for blending it in where I needed it, and also we've obviously processed both of these raw files exactly the same, so there's a really good match, color balance and what have you. So that's really helped. So that's that. So rename this one New Cape, and obviously they're all locked together so they can't move. So that's before, that's after. So that's just sort of clean the cape up and made it look a little bit more flowing.